Now we are going to finish our greens using the darkest one. Now I am threading my needle, machine needle. Now I'm going to detach the ruler foot, pass the thread through the insert, the couching insert gap, make sure that is sliding, that is there, right position. And now I just need to be worried of threading the fiber and not, don't need to be worried the bobbin thread with nothing, just the fiber. So I'm going to position this fiber, like make a gap behind the needle, drop the needle to the bottom, needle to the top, and oops, it didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. So I'm trying again. Going there. Now I'm going to pull everything together, yeah? You see? When you pull all the sewing threads together, they also pull the fiber. And you thread the ruler foot, yeah? So now we're ready to go and start with the first leaf. For the leaves, again, it's not a continuous design, yeah, like we did with the petals of our flowers. So we will need to start and stop and cut the thread, cut everything when we finish and move to the next leaf, yeah, to the next couching fibers area that we want to go. So here we are also being extra careful to not go too much over the designs we already stitched. Yeah, we don't want to pass through the top of the green, light green leaves that is already there. Yeah, if it is a little bit, it's okay, but you don't want to go over. Yeah, so take your time, be careful when you approaching this area. Yeah, you have be patient. Don't forget to ask your questions on the comments below. Yeah, because then it's the only way I have to know if you're having some difficulties at home. Yeah. So here we are giving more space to the fiber to follow the stitching. Now we're finishing to cover this. This way. Remember, you don't want any background showing, yeah? So you want to be sure that you are covering everything, every parts of the design. Now I'm going to stitch over and make sure that I am flattening a little bit, especially the parts that don't look so well secured with the stitches, yeah? So I'm going over and doing again. It's pretty much the same process. The only difference is that sometimes some designs are more challenging than others, yeah. But we are working pretty much the same way. We are just changing the colors, changing the difficulty of the design as we go, as we reach the end, yeah, as we're closing to the end, like in a video game, like my children say. And you can see, even when I'm not stitching with just, oh, let me talk about this and then I keep going with that. So we are bringing the fiber, threading the fiber to the ruler foot because we are going to stitch the next area, and you can follow and do the same with your sample, yeah, as we go. Choose and repeat through the same, choose the same areas, yeah, to stitch for each video, yeah, it makes easy. Oh, here I just noticed something when I was editing this video. You can see that my top thread, I forgot to guide to the last. It's not going to that guide, yeah. For this time, I had no problems, yeah. But you be careful, you always pay attention if the top thread of your machine is passing through all the way that it should be. Here is loose, yeah. Luckily, I didn't have problems, but I could have. So you don't repeat this. Yeah, you make sure that everything that your top thread is passing through all the channels. So now I'm going to cut, stitch, and the top stitching again, yeah? I want to settle down this fiber and make a little flat and have a more consistent look, yeah, to the general work in general. Here we go, secure. And here we are going to be careful with where we want to go, especially close to the flower, to the blue flower. Yeah, we want to pay attention and have a good visibility of our entire path that we are planning to follow. Here we are pressing really close to the coral flower, yeah, so we're going to be careful with those specific areas that we already stitched it, yeah, we already fill it with the other colors, yeah, we don't want to be too much over those areas. And here I eliminate that tiny little piece of background because I don't want to stitch just a little tiny piece of background, so I just decided to fill up with the dark green. So it's one less background area that I need to come back and stitch with the beige wool, yeah. So that one, that corner close to between the panels, yeah. Just went there and fill it up. Sometimes you can change a little bit the design sometimes to make your life easy, yeah. And nobody can tell that tiny little part was supposed to be a background color. So now that I'm going back to the corner, to the little corner on the back, I want to be careful too, yeah, to not ruin it what I already stitched before. And here I'm going, just now that I already secured my around the borders, yeah, of my design. It's easy, yeah, because I just need to fill up the inside part of the design, yeah. So it's the last chance to mess up right now, yeah. This is why sometimes it's more interesting to do the borders first, yeah, because you secure it, the borders, and then you're done, yeah. You can relax and just focus on getting the center of the design, feel it with the fiber. Now we are almost done. And we're done. Now we're going to cut the fiber and top stitch this part of the leaves. Especially on the corners, I want to make sure that the fibers are secured to not get that puffy, because then the design is not going to be so precise. And also now those parts between the petals, yeah, I want to be sure that I am securing the stitching down. Here, all the shapes of the petals. You want to make something as beautiful as possible, yeah? You want to be proud of what you're stitching. If you see something that is not exactly the way you want, you go back, stitch over again, be careful with the borders. Be careful to not stitch over the flower, because you are stitching with a really dark green. You don't want any stitch over the beautiful flower. We are almost done with the top part. And we're going to finish now. Going to cut our threads the way we did with all our previous colors, yeah? Going to pull the top thread to the back side of the work. Make that knot a quarter of an inch away from the fabric. And trim the ends of the thread tails, just to make it easier to thread the hand sewing needle, yeah? And now we are going to stitch this thread and this knot between the, oh, now it's more difficult, yeah?